Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tanya Wang from China Daily. Today, the most exciting and also the largest fashion sourcing show in Hong Kong is finally coming. The Global Sources Fashion Show will last for 4 days till the end of this month. So as usual, we invited Miss Livia Yip to have this interview sharing her thoughts. Good morning, Livia. You look great today. Firstly, could you tell us, compared to the previous fashion show, what is new this time you bring us?
Okay, actually, lots of changes, basically to adapt to the market. So we did lots of things. However, a lot of things don't change. For example, our vision, right? Our vision is to be the professional platform for all the buyers and suppliers to source safely. I think this is our vision never change. Second is the boss's vision. When he started the company in 1971, now we are 45 years. This is our 45th anniversary. Never change. So what his concept is through East and West trade, right? To promote trade, to bring wealth to people, and also to bring peace, world peace. So this is very different from all the other companies or all the other owners or chairman of the company who runs the company or build the company, right? He has a very big vision there, right? So this vision never changed. So let's talk about what specific change we made this time, right? We still have a fashion technology session. The fashion technology is, a little bit early, I would say early, and we don't have a lot of suppliers who actually can do it. But then I think this is the direction that we need to go. China, the challenge of China is cost is very high. It's very difficult to bring it down, right? So the only way we can compete with the world, right, no matter what product you make, is to add value. And add value, there are several things you can do. One thing is, you want to have your own design and your own brand. So we have a young designer and rising designer session to help people to move to that direction. So if you want to have your brand, your own design, you need to hire a young designer. And what are the talents available? So that's where we put the young designer. So the other side is if you want to improve your value added is to add functions, right? Function can come from the material, can come from you add some smart stuff to it, right? So that's the technology side of it, right? You want to add some smart things and then so that you can sell it for more expensive. The other thing is you use a different material. For example, if you use bamboo, right? If you use eco-friendly stuff, then you can sell better and also sell higher price, right? So this is also another technology side we want people to investigate, to try, to adapt, basically. So apart from the fashion technology side and the young designer side, we this time we have put a lot of effort and service for Amazon or online buyers or online sellers, right? So these people, if they're buying in volume, probably they're the same or similar to what the big retailers are doing. So they have their own design. They want to find an OEM supplier who make their product at a reasonable price and then good quality and then export it, right? The rest they can handle. However, for some new less experienced buyer, there are things, right, they need help with, especially with like smaller order. I couldn't afford to order 1,000 pieces of a certain kind, right? I only can order 100 or 200, right? So that kind of thing, right? So we do have a lot of signage there saying this supplier is accepting small order. So this way we help to facilitate the Amazon or like smaller online retailers to actually talk to the right supplier. So instead of like very how do you say this? I want to talk to you about small order and you don't want to offer small order is waste of time. So we have that. Also, for these smaller buyers, probably they want to find something already designed, already with inventory, right? So we also have signage talking about ODM, OBM by suppliers. So it means that they have their own design team original design or original brand, right? Which the Amazon or online sellers can use, right? So I think that's another kind of highlight, right? So also, we have the conference program to try to do all three, right? So we have the first day of the conference program is on fashion technology. So we have Intel, we have Tech Packer to talk about how do you make transform fashion into something smart and all that, right? So this is first day. Second day, we will focus on how online seller can source better, right? So from source to sale, right? Basically, and all the things they need to be careful about. And the third day conference is basically on eco-friendly. So what are the eco-friendly standards, especially for the mature markets? So that's where you can, once you say you are eco-friendly and you meet certain standard, you can actually sell better and how do you say that? Actually, sell more expensive. You can. So that was the highlight of the highlight.
Okay. You just mentioned a lot of materials such as young designers and environmental friendly issues and also the fashion technology. So actually, I know there will be a fashion show showing the works from the designers in HKDI and also the fabrics exhibitor from Wujiang, China, with the theme of sports fashion for women. So I'm really curious why you choose the topic of sports fashion and why Wujiang, not other city?
Oh, okay. So basically, for choosing which supplier, right, of the fabric, we choose Wujiang because we are doing sports fashion. Like, why sports fashion to start with, right? Sports fashion is something I don't know, is very trendy now to have leisure and sports, what we call athleisure, right? So basically, it's athletic and leisure. All the I don't know here, right? Because this is a business environment, but in a general environment, you see a lot of people wearing tights and yoga things and kind of very, that's the trend, right? There's something people looking for healthier life and leisure life. That's something people want, right? So if there's a market like that, right? So the whole show, I think about if you can count, right? I think about 80% of the show is about athleisure. So we have sports shoes, we have casual shoes, we have a little bit of other shoes, right? But then got sports shoes and what do you call it? The leisure shoes, right? Is the more has a bigger content there. The other side is we have a lot of yoga wear, we have a lot of sports jackets and all that, right? That's another side of it. Swimwear. Beach wear is a big section in Hall 5, so you can take a look as well. So all this, if you say why Wujiang, right? Yeah. Wujiang is the place supplying China's functional fabric. And functional fabric is one of those things used the most, right, for sportswear, right? And, yes, somebody may buy a cotton T-shirt and do all the running and all that, right? But then more people are looking for dry fit, climax, and all that, right? If I want cool, I can get cool. If I want warm, I can get warm, and all that protection and. Even for leisure, right? You look for something more comfortable, right? So that's where the supply market is. Although we didn't get a lot of suppliers to work with us on this program, it's our first time, but I think this can be a very good way that we can cooperate with a lot of raw material supplying market, right? Or government or associations or schools to work on this kind of project. So this is our first one. And you can see that their design is marvelous, excellent. So we select from quite a lot of very good designs, right? And to come up with this too. So actually the selection team, right, has comes from, there's buyer involved, there's teachers involved, there's also commercial parties involved. So I think we can talk more about this competition, right, and the winners and their clothing. It was quite I'm very impressed. Actually, these are students, and they are doing really well already.
Okay. I think we can check out later because we can have a walk around and see their works. Yes, because because we all like comfortable shoes, actually clothes. Yes. Also, I noticed that we have the new markets pavilion from South Asia. Yes, so such as Indonesia, India. Does that mean you think they are the future market in the fashion field?
Um, Although, well, for China, we want to go up the value chain, but there still be some low cost stuff need to be made, right? Who are the next one, right? So we have a very big, about 20 booth Vietnam pavilion. Even Vietnam price, some buyers told me too expensive. So it's basically by the buyer. You know, the buyer said, oh, some buyers say, I want the value-added thing. I can sell it for more expensive. But there are also some buyers actually go for the lower part of the market, right? When they go for lower part of the market, it's my job, I think, to make those supplier available for these buyers when they come, right? So Vietnam is not the cheapest. India certainly not the cheapest, right? In Indonesia is not cheap at all, right? So, but basically there are choices. You want to offer buyer choices. If they want to do OEM and they need a lower cost manufacturing base, so we have to make it available to them. And that was the whole reason to have this. But if you compare the price, it's actually not as cheap as we think. But you know this is you need to cover the bandwidth, right? So this is also what make us different from let's say Canton Fair, right? But Canton Fair is more focused on the China suppliers, so we have international suppliers, so we do have the other regions covered.
Yeah, I understand you need to balance and consider everything. So, can you briefly tell us what is the highlight of this fashion show this year?
Highlights of fashion show, I think must see is the fashion tech section. Must attend is the conferences that we talk about. If you are looking for inspiration or looking for new talent, then I think the young designer, rising designer is a very good thing. We also have fashion parade. The fashion parade we separate into on day 3 we have the one targeted at online sellers, basically what is hot, Best Buy and all that, right? On day 2 we have the like you said, the Hong Kong DI students presentation, and also the rising young designer presentation. We also have one we call analyst choice. So basically we have analysts to walk around the show and try to identify some of the best products and more trendy products of the show, and then we will feature them at the fashion parade as well. So a lot of things going on, and we have the whole hall of bags and jewelries in hall 1, and I think nobody has that many bags. Right, nobody, no show has that many bags. So I think if anyone want to do kind of a general sourcing or specific sourcing, they should actually come to this show and take a look. No matter you're big buyers or smaller buyers, you should come to this show. There are content for you.
I cannot wait. Thank you, Livia. Actually, you are a fashion professional. Could you tell us what do you think is the upcoming new fashion trend?
I think I visit a lot of other shows as well, and all over the world. A few buzzwords I think will always work. Okay, one is fashion and function. So no matter what you buy, there must be some fashion. Must be fashionable. If it's not fashionable, nobody want to wear it anymore, right? There should be function, right? Either make it cool or make it more comfortable, make it more healthy, make it more smart. I don't know, right? So that fashion and function. The second thing is I think the future trend is smart and eco-friendly, right? People need to do something about it. Third thing is about hybrid. So this clothes, I can wear it to go to a party. I can also wear it to go to exercise. That's hybrid, right? So, or this clothes, some part of it is keeping me warm, the other part is making me cool, right? That's another thing, right? So, and I think customization. So everybody want to be, different, want to be individual. I don't want, everybody wear the same clothes. Actually, none of us wearing the same clothes, even the same style, right? So I think this is another thing. This give a lot of challenge to especially China suppliers on the design side, on the technology side, on the smaller order but more customized order. So it's a long way to go, and I kind of believe that whoever survive at the end need to meet this, right? And the final thing, I think, instead of just being conventional, we can try a little bit unconventional. That's where your breakthrough comes by, your creativity comes by, right? And use young people. I think.
For a special opinion, actually, I know you and your team contribute a lot of energy for holding this event. So yeah, thank you very much. So in the upcoming 4 days, China Daily will keep exploring shining and interesting stuffs in the fashion show. So please don't go away.